It's the Roundtable Sports Podcast. My buddy Noah's here to hang out for a minute, and he is not respecting the live stream. But the draft starts when it starts. So you got to be ready for anything, including getting the 10th pick, which is what has happened here. So we're going to roll through it. I know a lot of you have probably already drafted to this point, but at the same time, it's still good to kind of compare your draft to what I got going on, as well as maybe you haven't gone at this point, or maybe you just want to see somebody draft. Whatever it is, glad to have you here. Let's get into it. Not a lot of time. Let's get it queued up. Jonathan Taylor, who I've been taking first. I went bad and took him over Christian McCaffrey in a PPR league. So that was tough. Okay, let's get my fat head out of the way. That way y'all won't be as distracted by you, Noah, as distracted as I am. You big old dog. Look at this big old head on this dog. All right. Anyway, we got Jonathan Taylor first, Christian McCaffrey second. Obviously follow right here when it comes to the draft. Eckler, that's not uncommon, although you start seeing Justin Jefferson around this time too a lot of the time. Justin, Cooper, Derek, Dalvin, Jamar, Najee. We're hoping that one of those guys makes it back to us. That would be the ultimate. I've done some Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon tandems. I may do that again if that's what it comes to. There's a lot of movement as far as the top 9 picks go, but usually they get picked. So if you're left at 10, you have to be ready to go somewhere else. Maybe we think Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones. I don't know. It just depends on how this is going to play out. Jamar Chase going a little earlier doesn't hurt us, I don't think. I think that'll help us get somebody fall down to us a little bit here. We'll see. There goes Cooper Kupp. So we've got all the wide receivers that usually go in the first round off the table. Hopefully one of these guys in front of me is super set on taking a wide receiver up front and makes one of the running backs go to me. There it is, right there. Stephon Diggs is going to push things down. It means I'm going to get one of Najee and Dalvin Cook. I think I'm going to take Joe Mixon on top of it. I'm going to go double running back. There it goes. I'm going to get Dalvin Cook, and I'm definitely all right with that. Let's go Dalvin, and let's go Joe. I also like those two because it's not hard to stack their quarterback if you want to. Plus, that's a pretty good running back combo to start with. It's not as, set in stone that we should do that, but if I want one of those top running backs, I better take him right there. Maybe I should have thought about Kamara. I like that a lot since it doesn't look like he's going to be suspended, but Joe Mixon is pretty safe at this point, so I'm good with taking him right here. Let's see what's going on here. We've got Devontae, Travis Kelce, Chubb, Aaron Jones still left, CD, Alvin. That's kind of the pool I would be choosing from at this point. A lot of picks between where I'm going to pick again and then, though. So we're just going to have to hope something we like falls to us. I was 9th pick in my last redraft league, and Mark Andrews fell to me. So that was nice. I've also had Travis, there's a lot of variance in where these rounds are going at this point. I kind of consider there to be a big cutoff right before, actually there's about 4 or 5 picks before I pick. It's this little range right here that I really like. Not as much the Leonard, but the rest of it. And those don't typically fall to me at that point. So at this far down, so it's fine. But we got Joe, we got Dalvin. I'm stoked that Dalvin fell to me. That's pretty good to be able to get him and then be able to get somebody as good as Mixon. I think that the Bengals are going to be on the way up. I just have a feeling that Joe Burrow and the offense, just having a better offensive line overall, is really going to help raise the tides of all the different ships that are in the Bengals offense. The only problem I'll say with taking Joe Mixon at this late in the 10 spot is that T. Higgins is around a lot of the time for when you're going to pick next. And it's not exactly the greatest stack in the whole world to take the second wide receiver and running back of a team, especially if you don't get Joe Burrow. And I don't like reaching for quarterbacks, but in best ball, you kind of need to reach for a quarterback a little bit sometimes just because you want to be able to complete that stack. It's a little bit more important in these types of leagues. Unfortunately, looks like the wide receivers that I would have wanted have kind of ticked off at this point. Maybe Michael Pittman makes it to me. Maybe A.J. Brown. I would have loved Tyreek Hill. That would have been my number one, but I knew he was probably going to go right there. There goes Leonard. That's good. Oh, okay. I was down a little bit. We still have Mark Andrews on the board. There goes Pittman. A.J. Brown and Mark Andrews would be a big get right here. I'm also okay with James Conner. Maybe I'll go T. Higgins, DJ Moore. Been mashing a lot of DJ Moore recently. Don't feel the need to reach on ETN this late. I'm not going to go Josh Allen probably at this point. If I'd have gotten Stephon Diggs, I might have gone there, but I'm not going to. There goes A.J. Brown. That hurts. And here we go. Like I said, here comes T. Higgins right down the pipe, but we don't have to go there. We've got some options on what we can do. There goes T. Okay, so they took T. Higgins off the board. We're not even going to get a chance at that. I think I'm going to go with James Conner. I know that's kind of heavy on the running backs, and that's okay at this juncture because that's just what's left over. I think I'm also going to go with DJ Moore as well. That's not the sexiest fourth round pick, and maybe I should have gone with one of the Chargers wide receivers right there, but I'm okay with what that is. And man, it's a little chalky as far as the running backs go, but I'm pretty confident about James Conner. And look, it kind of started off. We're getting some other running backs off the board right now. That's good. That's going to push some wide receivers down to us. Hopefully, we get to take somebody from this wide receiver tier right here, but that's doubtful at this point. We definitely missed out on a big bunch of wide receivers by taking James Conner right there. But that's not going to make us as dependent on the wide receiver or the running backs later on. It really thins out at a certain point. And I don't like taking the dead zone type running backs as much. I think Ezekiel Elliott's kind of the last bastion running back right there that I'd want to take. I'm not taking Cam Akers. I'm not taking Breece Hall. Definitely taking Allen Robinson and Mike Williams. That's pretty early for Mike Williams, in my opinion, but I was thinking about him already. It's just usually, Allen Robinson is just earlier than he usually goes. Mike Williams is right on course, but Allen Robinson usually lasts a little longer. Not today. Allen's an easy stack with Matthew Stafford, too, at this point. Matthew falls in drafts a lot. And 40 for Josh Allen. That's about as low as I've seen him go. So good for whoever got him right there. Let's see here. Got a lot of picks between me and where I'm going to pick next. Let's take a look at what the other hopefully Breece Hall goes, A.J. Dillon goes. They've moved up Chase Edmonds so much. I've got so much Chase Edmonds later. 41st for Chase Edmonds. Wow. That's a lot earlier than he usually goes. So that's really kicked up recently in drafts. These drafts are way different than I started drafting in April. Well, I guess it was May because I let the draft sit for like a week before I started going there. But I also had a salary cap dynasty league I had to get through too. Yes, David Montgomery. That's good too. We just need all these running backs. Yes, keep picking the running backs. Yeah, Noah, we need those running backs to go off so that some of these wide receivers make it to us. If Jalen Waddle and Terry McLaurin make it to us, that is a celebration situation, no doubt. I'm also looking at Lamar right in this range. Lamar's really hard to stack, but I'm okay with that. I'm also looking at Darren Waller. I guess this is the time I start to look at Cam Akers, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be something different. I kind of regret not taking Mike Williams now that I think I can probably stack Justin Herbert right here. Go ahead and take Justin Herbert. Man, Jalen Waddle, a little bit harder and harder to take right here. I'm guessing because of the injury that he makes it to me, but that's what we're looking for. There goes Justin Herbert. All right, so we didn't miss out on anything right there. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here. Joe Burrow this early. That would have taken away my T. Higgins stack, so at least I didn't miss out on anything there either. I need to get some stackable wide receivers, but you know what? The way this is breaking and the fact that we only have one to this point means we need to take two right here, and there's going to be a considerable run on wide receivers here pretty shortly. I wish I could take Darren Waller here, but we've come up so short at wide receiver to this point that we're going to go ahead and take Jalen Waddle and Brandon Cooks right now. Not exactly the stackable wide receivers that I'm looking for, but that's a pretty solid team overall. Kind of regret not taking Darren Waller. And, looking at his deal or whatever, okay, I'm more worried about him getting in there and being healthy, but get out of there. Get out of there. Go. Get out. Go. Don't do that. Don't do that. Good boy. All right, so we've got some people we're looking at. Jerry Jeudy's definitely one of them. Hollywood's up on the list as well. We got a lot of picks before we pick again with this 10th pick. It's not easy, but we've got some targets here that I like, and somebody good is going to make it to us right here. So I'm pretty confident about what we're doing. Thielen, Godwin, Michael Thomas, Ramondre. We got a lot of good picks left to go here. You can always go Tom Brady, Chris Godwin at a certain point and try and get that stack going. We do need to get some stacks going for sure, but I'm happy with the front six here, and we can always get Tua with Waddle if we want to. Dolphins players went really early this time. That's bad. No. All right. Sorry, we got a dog digging around my plugs here. Don't want him to unplug the stream. Go away. There we go. All right. So bunch of picks going off here. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Lamar. Those are people I thought about. Love that Josh Jacobs went. Rashad Bateman I like, but I'm okay with him going to push some guys down to us. Waller, Hollywood, Jeudy would be the dream. Juju would also be right there. I'd probably take Juju before I took Jeudy at this point. Let's see what everybody else is looking at. I've kind of had it on my screen. Wow, they've moved Damian Pierce up a lot. That's going to make him go a lot sooner than he used to. I don't have a ton. Like, I didn't get really lucky and start doing that really early on to any great degree, but I do have some, and I definitely got him in a good position last night in like the 8th round. So the fact that he's already kind of peaking up here in the 60s is going to escalate his situation greatly. Also got J.K. Dobbins dropping a little bit. I believe he's going to be relevant this season. So, I don't know. It seems like a long way for him to fall. There goes Godwin. So there goes our little Tom Brady situation we were thinking about. It's okay. Quarterback's kind of way down here still. So that's good. Still got a ways to go here before we pick, but we've got some interesting stuff to pick from. I'm probably going to take 2 of these wide receivers if they make it. Hollywood, Darren Waller. Maybe I take Hollywood and Kyler right here just so that I can have a stack. But I'd have a tough time passing on Waller and Hollywood or Juju or Jeudy. So we're going to put Kyler right there above these guys. Don't really have a good stack for Hurts right now, but we can always pick Devontae Smith a little bit early and have him later on as well. There goes Dalton and Hawkinson. There goes Juju. So some players that we're looking for off the board, but we still have Waller and Hollywood Brown on the board. So there is something to that. I'm probably going to take Hollywood Kyler if it does come to it, unless it's Waller. I think I'm going to have to put him above Jeudy. I love Jeudy too, though. And Jeudy hasn't been getting the same amount of hype as Courtland Sutton has for whatever reason, but I believe, there goes my Kyler Hollywood situation. That's okay. We want Darren and we want Marquise Brown. I know we haven't gone tight end or quarterback yet. There goes Hollywood, so there goes that. There goes Jeudy. God dang it. All right, it's all right. Everybody was going to make it back. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. I think I'm going to take Jalen Hurts right here. I was going to take Waller and Jalen Hurts. That was the plan. So much for that. Let's take a look at man, it's right in front of me. It definitely hurts. No pun intended. What's my rank say? Mooney, Clyde Edwards. Yeah, I'm going to take Jalen right here. That's going to be pick 1. Maybe a little early, but we're fine. And then tough pick right here. Tough pick. You know what? Screw it. We'll take Damian Pierce right here. will induce the first Damian Pierce. And I took him over some stuff for Mondre. That might be a problematic, and I may regret that, but I feel like we got good value right here. If Devontae Smith will just make it back, there goes Goddard. That hurts a little bit. Maybe I should have thought about that. But those 4 running backs are pretty tough, and we don't have to look running back for some time, even though I like this tier of running backs right here. Let's see. Tight end, Dawson Knox, Komet, Ertz, Fryermuth. Still a lot of good tight end prospects there as well. I might want to try and get 2 of them just because I haven't gotten any so far. But I'm more concerned about getting the stack with Devontae Smith. Hopefully that's on the table for us here in a little bit. Let's see here. It's a little further down, so maybe that'll give us some cover to let that fly. I still like Tony Pollard this deep, even though he'd be my 5th running back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick something different, but still, that's still good value right there. Maybe I'm a little running back crazy right now since I've been in the home league style fantasy drafts, but I think we're all right. Let's see. Problem is, if I don't get Devontae, there's no Jalen Hurts stack to be found. It feels like that's good value for Gibson this late. So good for him. Good forever just did that. There goes Devontae Smith. So no stacks at all for Jalen Hurts. That's great. That's exactly what we're trying to accomplish here. Let's see. Maybe we go Christian Kirk if he makes it back, so we can try and stack Trevor there. Dawson Knox also on the board. Man, guy really screwed up my plans with that Devontae Smith pick, but that's all right. Maybe look at Miles Sanders. That seems disgusting. Let's see here. Hey, buddy. Still a lot of good running backs on the board. I should have taken Devontae right there and been done with it, and especially since would have been my 4th wide receiver. So we may have made a mistake, but that's a tough crew to mess with on the running back side. We've got 3 wide receivers. We've got Jalen on board. We kind of got in front of a quarterback boon right there, and hopefully that'll mean that we can kind of wait around to get our second one, and then we can kind of stack from there. We still have 2 on the board too for our Jalen Waddle, so I guess it's not the end of the world, but I'm a little pissed about that Devontae Smith for sure. Let's keep going here. Rashad Penny, it's a good pick this late. Let's see, Damian Harris still sticking around. That's interesting. Devin Singletary. Those guys do tend to stick around a little. Christian, man, this guy is killing me. It's good to get your drafts over earlier than where I'm drafting right now. Let's see. Brandon Ayuk this late, huh? Don't have very much of him at all. But you know what? This late. Let's take Robert Woods first. Get that out of the way. That's our 4th wide receiver. I do not like that at all. Doesn't stack with anything we have going on here. Didn't get to Hollywood when I wanted. Just not great. You know what? I'm not going to reach. I'm going to go ahead and take Tony Pollard since he fell this late. See what comes back to us, but I suspect that all the running backs will be of value will be gone at that point. Maybe I'm just running back crazy. I think I might have overstretched again. Don't have a tight end yet, and I'm taking a 5th running back. I only have 4 wide receivers. Maybe I should have taken Ayuk there, but I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of him to this point, and I don't feel a great need to dig in a whole bunch right now either. So running back's been falling on this one. We'll hope that doesn't continue and that starts to pick up. Still have a lot of good players on the board to this point. Seems like a lot of them are running backs. Couldn't help myself with Tony Pollard right there. Zay Jones, DeAndre. So, yeah, we might be picking from the bargain bin when it comes back to us as far as running backs go. Hopefully, one of the tight ends, one of the wide receivers makes it back. We'll see. It's kind of hard drafting on this end sometimes, but I'm okay with what's happened so far. All right. Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson Jr., those are wins for us right there. We just need these running backs to keep kipping off the board. That way, hopefully, maybe we can get like Dawson Knox and Freiermuth. I'm probably going to need to take a wide receiver here, or one of those quarterbacks. So probably not going to get a chance to take them. But let's see what's left. Claypool's on my mind a lot. Julio, man, to have to pick a bunch of dudes from this wide receiver range is kind of scary. So we're probably going to need to pull at least one right there, especially when it's going to be our 5th wide receiver and we're trying to take like 7. But we also need a tight end too. Hopefully either Knox or Ertz or Komet make it. Freiermuth would also be acceptable. Let's see. I'm also kind of in on George Pickens, but I'm not as in. Also, Russell Gage has yet to resume practicing again. Yeah, that's great. Tyler Lockett. Olave. I'm into Olave. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You joining the stream? Huh? You joining the stream? You tired of me streaming? Huh? It's okay. We're getting close. We're getting closer to being done, buddy. We got this, don't we? We got this. Yes, Khalil Herbert. That's a win for us. Keep clicking off those running backs because we got a lot of wide receivers to take here. We got a bunch, don't we, buddy? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How'd all this dog head get in the screen? Oh, watch it. You watch it, mister. You're gonna add to the stream, aren't you? Aren't you, goober? All right. Watch it. George Pickens off the board. That's somebody we were looking at, but we're not in love or anything. We're just hoping that somebody from over here makes it. Claypool would be number 1. That's who I'm hoping makes it. Watch it. Got to get Dawson Knox, too, if he makes it. Then Zach Ertz. That's kind of the top 2 there. If it wasn't so wide receiver poor and I hadn't started off so running back heavy in the first place, I would think about taking either Ertz, Dawson Knox, or Freiermuth or Komet, 2 of those 3. But I need to get Claypool right here. If I get I can't get Freiermuth. I was gonna say if I get both of them, maybe I'll go Kenny Pickett. I do not want to have him as my second quarterback, so I'd probably have to go 3 quarterbacks. But whatever. It's not on the table here. Come on, Claypool, Dawson Knox, and Ertz. We need that one of y'all to fall. Patterson. I love Patterson this late. That's nice value for him. Olave. Who's left at quarterback, too? Matthew Stafford's still left at quarterback, even though he's a terrible stack at this point. I guess I could take Baker Mayfield as the very final quarterback and get the DJ stack. Maybe I take Robbie Anderson at the very end as well. It's our pick. Dawson made it. Cole didn't. That's definitely okay with me. Let's get Dawson on board. So do we take Matthew or I think we keep waiting? Got to have Claypool at this point. If I don't have – Claypool is my 5th wide receiver feels kind of dirty. So got to do it. It's going to cost us Matthew or Kirk Cousins, but I'm okay with it. To something else later, we'll do that. So fine. Like I said, I'd love to have gone Matthew Stafford right there, but wide receiver has been super cleaned out. I'm hoping that somebody else from that makes it back, but I doubt it. And I can't pick Kirk Cousins. And actually, I think Matthew Stafford might have the same bye week as well. So if I'm only going to go 2 quarterbacks, which I've been doing, I can't have Kirk Cousins be the guy anyway. So hopefully Trevor makes it back. That's who I've been picking a lot. Be okay with Justin Fields as well. Love that he ended it on a 3-touchdown high there, so that's good. We need a wide receiver to make it back too. Gage. I know he hasn't practiced yet, but I've been taking him. MVS is going to be on the board. The other good thing about Trevor would be that I could take Evan Ingram as a tight end and get some stack there. That's kind of reaching a little bit, but that's where we're at with this build, is the part where sometimes you reach a little bit. I just went a little running back heavy. It happens to the best of us. My 5th running back is Tony Pollard. We're good with that. I'm glad that we went Claypool. That does make me feel a lot better about my 5th wide receiver. I like Robert Woods too. It's kind of sketchy though. Honestly, we're sketchy down the board. Every position we're down a little bit, but that's what happens when you go running back heavy up front. Let's see here. We also are going to need 2 tight ends from all this, and it wouldn't be bad if they were good tight ends, especially one that stacked with Justin. So I tell you what, we're going to put that up top as what we would do just to get some stack, just to get some quarterback under tow as well. That's not going to happen. There's a lot of people in between here and there, but still, we can dream, can't we? Trevor and Justin are really the last bastion of quarterbacks that I trust, and we still need to get 2 wide receivers, so we need to be looking really hard for some value here. Rondale, Tyler Boyd, definitely on the board here. Maybe Robbie, if that's what let's see what the report on him. Dealing with a quad injury. Great. Oh, that could be anything. Okay, good. We need running backs to keep going off the board. There goes Trevor. That means we're definitely going Justin and Kmet here. Although I'd hate to miss out on Scantling at this point. I'd love to get Scantling on board as number 6. But Kmet Justin Fields is something we're probably going to have to do otherwise. I'm going Kmet for sure if he makes it. I mean, that's just happening. But other than outside of that, I watch it, mister. Watch it. We still need 2 wide receivers here, too. There goes Kmet. So there goes that. What's left at quarterback as well? You know what? We're going Hunter Henry as well. That makes me feel a lot better about everything, too. I love Hunter Henry this year. I know that offense is supposed to be a little bit in disarray. Noah, are you ready to be off the stream? Huh? You ready for me to be done? All right. Anyway, we're getting close, buddy. We're getting close. The problem is I'm the last pick, though, too. I know. That's a bummer. Oh, well. Let's keep going here. There goes Fields, so we're going to miss out on Fields. It's okay. We're going to do this low-key Baker Mayfield stack later on, likely. Noah's ready to start making picks. Good thing is we've already got everything on board that we need to, other than quarterback. We need another tight end, and we need another wide receiver. I'm super glad I got Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's been running in 2 wide receiver sets as the second wide receiver in a really good offense. That's something we're interested in, no doubt about it. This means we're going to take Baker as well. He doesn't really have a tight end to stack with. We're going to take Robbie as our last pick. So we're going to pick out something nice in the tight end section here that we like. Let's take a look here. Hooper's probably the best, or Higbee. Maybe we look at Noah Fant or Brait. Oh man, James Cook this late is pretty sweet. That's pretty, and Royce White, or Rashad White, excuse me. Those are pretty nice. So we're gonna get so yeah, we need to get Baker queued up as well. I know that's not the most secure of situations, especially when you're going 2 wide receivers, but it is what it is, and I'm okay with it. Something I've done. I guess I could go Mac Jones and stack that with Hunter Henry, but that's a much less appetizing situation. I think that Baker's going to be good. I've been betting on DJ Moore and the like, so I think he's going to be okay. Baker does not have the same bye week as Jalen, I hope. That would be a real pisser. There we go. Oh, there goes Austin Hooper. Okay, so are there any tight ends worth picking right here? Not a lot. How is Tanyan doing? Participating in team drills. Okay. That's the move then. That's what we're doing. Do I go Rondale instead of Robbie Anderson? I've got to get the quarterback here. So we'll do this. We'll make sure we get Tanyan because he's like the last tight end left. Thanks for leaving me absolutely nothing when I thought that I was going to get a good value there. So screw that. Maybe I do go Rondale right here since tight end has been decimated already. Maybe I take a third quarterback too. It's interesting. That's an interesting thought. Who else is there at quarterback that I could stack with? Not really much of anything, honestly. Like I know Baker Jalen isn't like the best combo, but meh. Baker, Tanyan. Now we'll see what makes it back at wide receiver. Go from there. Jahan Dotson on the board. We need to pick a bunch of dudes because we're the super duper very last pick, unfortunately. Good news is Robbie Anderson probably going to make it. So not a problem there. But don't have a whole lot else to stack with. Maybe we go KJ Handler if something happens here. Let's see. Man, I have not been picking Kenny Golladay at any point. Maybe Romeo Dubs. Maybe get that Dubs on there. We'll see. A lot of people left to pick. There goes Rondale. I wish Baker had a tight end I felt like I could stack with, but Tanya isn't the end of the world. Touchdowns are his game. He's already doing team drills. That's kind of exciting. So, and of course, watching all these running backs getting taken, that's something good we haven't had to deal with for a long time. Feels like forever we picked Damian Pierce and Tony Pollard. Robbie's a stretch at this point, but you know what? Maybe I'll take Dubs. Maybe I'll take Jalen Tolbert. But I don't know. We'll see how it breaks down. Final round, Jarvis Landry, Mac Jones finally, Matt Ryan. Oh, man. It's always weird to see Taysom Hill go. I don't really get the excitement behind that. He's not going to play quarterback this year with Andy Dalton being on the team, really. I don't think very much, at least. And then he's kind of limited as a tight end, too. And they lost the guy that was really excited about him and brought in all the gadget plays and everything. So, I don't know. That seems questionable. But, hey, Romeo Dubs after that. That's good. Jahan Dotson. He was on the board as well. KJ Hamler's on the board. Let's see. What are they saying about him? First game action since injury. Penciled in as the Broncos' third starter. A lot more excited about that when I have Russell Wilson, which I do have some Russell Wilson in the best ball leagues. I don't have as many in the other. Okay, I forgot we can start taking a look at the teams. Duh. Evangelo. Okay. Amir Abdullah, by the way, gross pick. I like that team. A lot of good running backs. He took Chase off early. Definitely good 5 good running backs. Mac as his second quarterback. I can't really throw stones on that since I didn't do much. He did steal Devontae from me, that punk. Came up a little short in the wide receivers after Devontae, but that's fine. Let's see. Oh, we're going to be in my pick and done here shortly. Looks like Jalen Tolbert's going to make it. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get there. Patrick, Mike Evans, Debo, Michael Thomas kind of came up short when he got Devin, and then he drafted Khalil Herbert, unfortunately. That was kind of a weird pick. We're going to go Robbie just because we want the Baker stack. All right, now that opens it up to the full screen. Julio. I'm not a big fan of that team, honestly, but they could compete. They've got good people on the top, but I don't know. Not a big fan. Not a bunch of stacking. Same here. I like Juju as a third, but I don't like DK as a second, really. Aaron Rodgers, love that as, and having Trey Lance, that's good. Like I said, didn't do a ton of stacking overall. Got some guys I'm not really drafting, so okay. Dak, Mike. They picked some guys that I like. Okawabanon as your first tight end's kind of gross, but I didn't do a whole lot better myself. That tight end combo is kind of rough, especially when those aren't stacks of any kind. Trevor, Mark Ingram. Okay, I hate that team. Sorry, Brent. Let's see. Whew, that is a salty bunch of receivers. This guy went receiver basically the whole time. Ended up with some crappy running backs, though. So it went the opposite of me. We'll see if it works out, but I don't know. I do not like one. Wow, he went like crazy. 1, 2. He went minimum running back and went crazy quarterback, wide receiver. Kind of skimped on the tight ends as well, but that's an interesting team. At least he knew that he had a plan. Give him that. No wonder wide receiver got picked over. These guys went pretty heavy into wide receiver. This guy got better running backs, though, in my estimation. Got the Mark Andrews and Russell Wilson and Tua. That's a better team, in my opinion, but still interesting. Let's see. Dak didn't get Dak. Remember, he's already been picked at this point. I like that team all right. Distinct lack of stacking once again. I don't think people were as worried about that with these teams, which is good for yours truly. Let's see. Hate Josh Jacobs this year, but we were third running back. You went ahead and got those two. Dang it, he's the guy that picked Komet. It's an all right team. Not a big fan, but it's okay. Stafford, yeah, I like this team too. Got a bunch of good running backs. Maybe went a little overboard, but what am I going to say? You definitely, is going to be able to get after, bulk wise the wide receivers. And there's mine. Came up short in wide receiver. I'm not happy about that. Came up short in quarterback. I mean, really, the only thing I didn't come up short in is running back. I came out really strong, and we'll see if that pays off in the end. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. I'm going to go play with Noah. Clearly, he's been ready for me to play for some time. We're going to get that done now, and enjoy your night, guys. You ready to go play? Huh? You ready to go do some dog playing?